Hey girl, hey y'all. Welcome to my channel, The Real, where you'll hear the mother truth. Yeah. So we are coming here with a force. Yeah. I got some liquor in my system, baby, won't you come? So as y'all can guess, honey, look at this beat. Oh, y'all, it's a makeup tutorial. My everyday routine. Literally not every day, but you know, if I decide to get cute without doing all the extra eyeshadow, this is the look that your girl will go for. And it's definitely giving with this 90s hairstyle. Yeah, so it is very detailed, but it's brief. So I made sure I gave y'all details on what you need to know instead of just trying to tell y'all so much information in one video, because we can make as much videos as we want on YouTube. So if y'all want me to show you how to do this, eyebrows, if you want me to go more in detail on that, eyelashes, not eyelashes, but you know, eyeliner, lip combo, whatever you need to know, just let me know in the comments and we can get it figured out, because it's 2023, girl. Why you don't know how to do your makeup? Why? But we don't judge over here, but I just want you to know how to do something so you won't have to book a whole makeup appointment. You could just do it yourself. Or if you don't feel like doing it, or if you book somebody, right, and they say, I'm sorry, boo, they hit you with that hey boo, talking about they can't do it. Oh, I got that. I can do it myself. I didn't want to, but I can do it myself. That's that type of energy that we trying to give, okay? So you have to know, well, you'll be able to know these skills, not have to, but you'll be able to know how to do it if anything happens, or if you just don't feel like paying, you want to do it yourself. But with all that rambling, y'all, just keep watching this video and let me know down in the comments how I did on, you know, just explaining everything to you guys. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll also leave all the products that I use in the description box below. Let's get into it. Okay, so what I will like to tell y'all is make sure that your skin is like prep clean to the gods, okay? Because you don't want to apply dirt on top of makeup, because then you're just going to break out. So one, I want you to make sure you have your face clean, and not just makeup wipes, but make sure your face is clean. You know, use your cleanser and stuff. And then your brushes, make sure those are also clean, because you know you don't want to keep piling up makeup on top of makeup when your brushes are dirty, and it just messes up your whole craft, like a canvas of the face. So when you got that situated, then we can go ahead and get into the makeup. First, I like to start off with this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. We're just going to use this to make sure the makeup grips on correctly. So I'm just going to put this all over. And I will be looking on the side, but just add all the primer that you think you would need. And once you have that set, you want to go ahead and blend it all in. And sometimes, you know, I like to rub it in, but sometimes I like to dab it in. But then again, who knows? I don't know if that makes a difference. And bring it all the way down. Especially if you like to apply makeup on your neck area. So now that we got our primer on, now we're going to go in with the foundation. It's this Juvia's Place foundation. Okay, so now that you have your primer on, you want to go in with the Juvia's Place foundation. It's a very good foundation. It has full coverage. They have very good, like, what can I say? How can I say this? A lot of shades for a lot of people. So I think you'll really like it. It's very good for beginners, and it gives you that glow, but you can mattify it just as much as you like, right? So I put it on this side, so I'm just gonna apply it right here. And I don't like to use that much foundation. And on your forehead, do not put too much makeup, like foundation, on your forehead, because you know that's where we sweat easily, you know. Maybe it'll be a little different now that it's getting colder, but I recommend to use like the leftover makeup that you have on your brush. Okay, so then you want to go in with a blending brush. So this is the one I'll be using. And this is in number 205. 4. All right. And then you want to use some setting spray to make sure you set that brush, or you can damp it with some water. And then we're just going to start blending in this foundation. Now you don't want to drag. You want to make sure that foundation sits into the skin. And you want to avoid under the eye area, because I found out that, you know, it creases underneath the eyes. And you don't want that. All looking like one color now. We picked up so much of that oiliness. We still have a little shine because, like I said, I use a radiant foundation. So we picked up some of that product, and now we're going to go in with concealer in the shade Maple. So now you're going to go in with your concealer and follow. You want to go in your T-zone area. So we're going to go under the eyes. You're going to make a diagonal line. That's going to give you that lift. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. So as you can see, girl, we is concealed down, okay? So next, we're going to let that sit. Let me tell you something. If you let your concealer sit for a minute, girl, that coverage is going to eat the girls up, okay? So make sure you let it sit. We're going to do some other stuff while we're letting the concealer sit for a minute. While we're letting this concealer sit, we're going to go in with our contour or bronzer, however you want to say it. So I'll be using the Putty Bronzer by e.l.f. And this is in the shade, I believe, Sunkissed. Sorry, Sunkissed. And I'm going to use this brush, the Real Technique brush, in number, I believe, 421. Let it focus. This is the brush, it's number 421. Now, when you go to this step here, so we're going to take our bronzer. You want to make like fish lips, duck lips, however you want it. Well, we're going to say fish lips because, you know, duck lips like this. That's how we do. But you want to go, right? And you see how it formed that line? So that's how you're going to know how to sculpt your face. You want to go in an upward motion. Do not drag it, because the whole point, we want to sculpt it look, right? We want to enhance our beauty. We don't want to look droopy. Yeah, let me tell you, doing these lips, baby, your jaw's gonna be a little locked, but suck it up, because you're gonna be a baddie at the end. It's gonna be worth it. Looks even to me. There we go. So then after you do that, we're gonna go in with blush. Now, so for blush here, and we're gonna apply it on top of the contouring or bronzer, however you want to put it, because so that's gonna go on top. So I'm going to choose the shade. Let's see, we're gonna go with this shade here. And let me tell you, if you're a real makeup artist, baby, all your product is not gonna be all clean how you want it. So go ahead and get it out your head. You're gonna have a little dust somewhere. So you're gonna go in with this here, right here. And as you can see, I'll put it right here. And you're gonna form it on, you're gonna go upward on top of what we just created here with the bronzer. So as you can see, I formed it on like close to going toward my temporal bone. So you see here, we'll have to go back in with that bronzer, but you see how we got the blush? You want to do that same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we have our blush on, and now I'm gonna go in a little bit more on my bronzer, but just a tad. I'm not gonna pick up any more product. I just want to take that same brush and go in, because you want to make sure all that is blended evenly. Alrighty. And then you're gonna go in with your bronzer again. I feel like I just said it so weird. And we're gonna go over the forehead and we're gonna go ahead and start carving out the nose. So I'm gonna use the same brush and we're gonna put it on the forehead. Yeah, I done got makeup all in my hair. And I have not done that before. Except for the baby hairs, but I think we all can relate to that. Alright, so we put it on the forehead. And now we're going to bring it on the nose area. And I think I'm going to use 310. And we're going to take that bronzer again. And we're going to start carving the nose. So let me show you how you can do this. So what you want to do is use where your eyelid starts here, right? You want to go in that inner corner. You want to go close to the eyebrows and start carving out that nose area. And don't be scared, don't be afraid to use some product, because a lot of this is going to end up getting blended away into ways. Okay, so after that, I'm going to go in again with my concealer just to fix that concealer that I kind of messed up. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and start blending out our concealer. So I'm going to use the brush here in the number E104. Y'all, this brush here is so good to blend out your concealer. So let me tell you something. First, we're going to start off with the brush, and then we're going to go in with the sponge to start blending. Again, make sure that your sponge and your brush is damp, not soaking wet, because you're just going to pick up all that product. So make sure that it's damp. So after you have done that, we're going to start blending. So you want to blend in a, not really an upward motion, but just try not to blend that concealer too far down. And you want to blend it in that blush that we created. You see how we're going in an upward motion? Like it's giving us that snatch look that we're looking for. So just make sure you just keep blending upward. And make sure you fix those harsh edges that you have. So you see here, you want to make sure that that is blended in. You don't want any harsh edges. So if you have to go in with your beauty blender, go ahead and do that as well. Look, we got that. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the forehead and the nose, because they're connected. All right, so then we're gonna go in with our Real Technique sponge and start go ahead and fixing those edges that we have. Because like I said, I'm very big on harsh edges. So you just go in. Don't be so heavy-handed, you know, just dab it in. You want as much product as possible. Well, I wouldn't say product, but you want as much coverage. Again, I'm gonna go in and fix those edges with that blush. On my nose. And definitely my forehead, because I always have harsh edges on my forehead. Alrighty, so that is the concealer, but I like a more brighter under eye. So this is where another shade of concealer comes in. So I use NYX concealer here. And this is in the color Medium Olive. And we're just gonna put this in the inner corner. And also when you blend, you want to stay in the inner corner. Don't bring it all outside. This is specifically to brighten up the under eye. Mostly, let's say brighten up the inner corner. So just to not confuse you guys. So you see, I just added a little bit, but some people like more of a brighter under eye than that, but and in that inner corner, that's where you want to stay. Don't drag it all out. Just stay in your inner corner. And just dab. Don't drag it. Dab. Yeah. I just feel like the bright under eye just brings the whole look together. Now let's talk about brushes real quick while I'm blending this. So I mostly use Real Technique brushes, right? But when I first started, I started using these dollar brushes online. They were from Miss A, I believe. I have to look it up and I'll put it in the description box if I remember it correctly or if I'm incorrect. But I'm gonna put it there anyway for you guys. You guys, my camera literally cut off while I was trying to put y'all on. But that's not gonna stop me from putting y'all on. But anyway, hold on. I hate when makeup feel like it's itching me. But okay, so basically I don't already blend it under my eyes already. I ain't do nothing else without y'all. But I want to tell y'all about brushes and a little bit more particular on the concealer before we move on. Because I don't want to say very detailed and I'm moving too fast for you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so with the brushes I was trying to tell y'all. So I use a lot of Real Technique brushes, right? But when I was a beginner and I wasn't really going with, I was just going with the flow of makeup, didn't understand much about makeup, I used to use these dollar brushes. Not sure they're still $1 because a lot of people probably got put on by now. You know how when people get put on, everybody want to bring the prices up. But it's called, I think it's Miss A. They have some good brushes. I have washed them so many times. They blend really good. They about give me Real Technique like they give me the feel of like Real Technique brushes. So I really think it's good enough to put y'all on. I'm gonna double check though to see if they're still $1, but I really think y'all should start off with those before you go to Real Technique, or so you won't have to get all of Real Technique. Get some of Real Technique and then get you a lot of Miss A brushes, because I feel like that'll be good for y'all to start off with. I really think it is. So I would try that. And then as far as concealer, I didn't tell y'all, but under the eyes, right? Of course, you know about foundation. You wanted that to be the same color. Now, concealer, you want to do first 1 or 2 shades lighter. It depends on how bright you want it to be. Me, I think of concealer, yes, it covers up dark spots, but you also want it to, brighten up some areas. So that's why I say put in the T-zone area. So 1 or 2 shades lighter. Now me, I want to go a little more brighter. So I went about 5 shades lighter in my inner corner. It all depends how bright you want it. Or if you just want to cover up dark spots, just do 1 or 2 shades. It'll still give a natural look. But me, I want to be, I wear makeup, to feel good. Yeah, but if you're going to buy all that makeup, girl, why would you want to look the same? Like, we ain't trying to get on the catfish level, you know what I'm saying? But you want to look enhanced. That's my favorite thing to say. Enhance. We're not trying to be like completely different. We already know we're beautiful. We just want to enhance our beauty. So that's the whole point. So while I was doing all this talking, I do have a little creasage under my eyes, but not that bad. So we're just gonna go in and fix those creases, because you can't add a powder unless all those creases are gone, because you're just gonna set those creases in place. But I'm sorry if I'm going a little too fast. I just want to be very detailed, but also concise. So I don't want to be too much thrown at y'all, okay? So now we got the concealer on. I feel like that's how bright I would like it. And I think what I'm going to do is blend this nose contour a little bit. And I'm going to use my beauty blender. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit of that, you know, what I did for my nose, a little bit under here too. Okay, so now we have the nose contour blended, and now we're gonna go ahead and look and see if we got any more creases. Go ahead and blend again because we're about to set. So go in again. Don't, I told you, you're not ever done blending, girl. You're not done. Let me check with my mirror to make sure everything is fine. And I think we're good. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and set. So hold on for a sec. I forgot one particular thing. Sorry, y'all, because I take this with me when I go somewhere. So I had to make sure we got it with us, you know. Okay, so it is a little dirty, but I just cleaned it like 2 days ago. I cleaned my brushes, but forgot to clean the powder puff. But we're going to use this powder puff. It's so dirty. Sorry, y'all. Who would want to zoom in on this? So we're going to use that powder puff to do our powder consistency products. Did I have to say consistency? No. Our powder products. So extra. So we're going to use that. Now for first with powder, you want to set, then bake. So what I mean by that is a setting powder like this. Anything like this. Now, then you want to use a baking powder, which is the translucent powder. Let me show you the difference. Let me show you the difference. Let me show you the difference. You see this consistency? This is more of loose powders. Either one works. Either one. Or you can use the Laura Mercier. However, hey, if you got big baby more than me, you go right ahead. But we is baddies on a budget, okay? These are chef kiss. So first we're gonna, oh, Fit Me Girl, the powder eats. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this Fit Me powder, I think this had a lot of people in the chokehold for a long time. This gonna get the job done. You hear me? All right, and then we're gonna take that powder puff. You can get these off of Amazon. And what you're gonna do is just take a little bit and take some of that excess and just dab it on your hand. Dab it. And then you're gonna go ahead and set what we created, but do not interrupt that contour line that we did, okay? And set that. But you want to keep that structured look here. And now that it's getting a little cold, I really don't have to put that much setting powder like I did when it was hot. Okay, so now we set everything that we put as a liquid except for here. So that's what we're going to go in with now. Okay, so as you can tell by now, I love Juvia's Place. It's very affordable and it's very good actually. So this here, this is actually an eyeshadow palette. I used to use the Morphe bronzer palette to set in that, but now I use this palette. I'm going to show you what it looks like. As you can see, it's been very much used. So we're going to go in with this shade here. And we're going to put that where we put the e.l.f. bronzer. So we're going to use this brush here for that. Oh, and the brush I'm using is 206 from Real Technique. So we're just setting that in place. Remember those lips? We got to get those lips. And then we're also going to use this blush here. We're going to use this orange. Now this blush, you want to blend it upward into the concealer. Alrighty. And then we're also going to go back in with this bronzer, well, eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to put it on my forehead as well. So that's what we got. Alrighty. And then I'm going to go in with my nose and fix that up a little bit as well. Now don't judge the palette. It's very old. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette. They collaborated with Morphe. It's called Armed and Gorgeous. Not sure if this is still in store. Oh, I don't think it focused. I got this out of TJ Maxx, so I'm not sure. This is when I first started doing makeup and I was just looking at stuff and I actually fell in love with the palette. So as you can see, this palette is very much dirty, but we're going to use this shade here. And you know what? Sometimes you don't always have to use the same palettes I'm using. It just gives you an idea of what colors I'm using. So, because you can very much find something similar. Okay, so we're going to go in with our translucent or a loose powder, however you want to say it. Remember, that's the loose powder. You know its name. So I'm gonna use the Fit Me, Maybelline Fit Me. This is some good stuff, y'all. In the shade 35 Deep. And then towards the end here, because you know with the Maybelline I'm gonna go more in here, but the Fenty in the Pro Filter in the shade Honey. So first I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline, and you're gonna take some and dab, dab, dab. And you're going to take that excess and put it in the inner corner. Okay, oh yes. Like, do y'all see that? We was already giving, but we really giving right now. Basically, we just putting it everywhere. You know, we set. Now we're baking. But I don't let mine sit. I don't like y'all feel like it's crazy. It's no points. It looks the same. And I just feel like if you let it sit, it just do weird stuff. Might not be for everybody, but it do for me. So now I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Loose Powder and I'm going to put that more on the outer areas in here as well. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get to the eyebrow. Okay, so now our eyebrows are done. Okay, so now we're gonna get on the eyeshadow. So before we do any eyeshadow, before you apply any eyeshadow on your eyes, you need to set your eyelids. And now we're going to go in with the eyeliner. I'm going to show you the eyeliner that I use, but I'm not going to do it on camera. But if you need a separate video, I'm glad to do that for y'all. But this is the eyeliner, the NYX liner. So I also use the Milani eyeliner. That's also a good one. And this is in the color black. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I just did my eyeliner, and again, if you need me to do a separate video on it, I will. But as you can see, eyeliner makes a complete difference. I don't think I would ever stop using eyeliner. Like, it just does it for me. But so for the lip liner, sadly, I didn't remember that I didn't have any more. This is the Juvia's Place lip liner in Coffee Bean. And yes, I love Juvia's Place. If you're talking about me, I do. But yeah, this is by Juvia's Place. So instead, I'm going to have to use eyeshadow on my lips. But I'm going to still make it look cute. In the color Lava Cake. Good to go. So I'm gonna do the Estee Lauder eyeliner in the shade Cold Noir. And we're just gonna add that under the eyes. So girl, look at this. So I use the Boom setting spray, right? But I broke the top, so I had to clean this heating spray bottle out because I used it all. So I had to go in with this and clean it out and put it in this. But it's Revlon setting spray. I got it right there. Don't be afraid to drown, baby. Drown. Okay, y'all, so if you have made it all the way to the end, girl, you are finally done. I really hope that you left this video knowing how to do something, even if it's knowing how to do contour, eyeshadow, lip liner, just anything. I really hope y'all learned something. If you didn't, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll probably just message you or something and say, okay, what do you need help with, and I can send a video on how to do it, or I can make a YouTube video on it. Because I really want y'all to know, you know, it's 2023. We got to figure out what to do with this makeup thing because it's getting big around here. And you know, a lot of people want to learn how to do it. So that's why I'm here. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And y'all make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you enjoyed watching me and you want to see more, make sure you press the notifications button so you know if I post it. I'll see you girls later. And I really hope y'all enjoyed the video again. And y'all stay safe out here, okay? Later.